edition of Plug In TripleX. I am Kinfolk The Plug.
Delvan Othello in the building.
We got a very special guest today. You know what I'm saying? His name is Aaron Smallhand Thompson's Empty Streets. He does it all: music, adult films. He's the man. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get started right into these questions. Aaron, how are you doing today?
I am doing pretty fucking good, man. Thanks for having me.
Man, no, thank you for, bro. We know you're so busy, bro.
Yes.
I know you're super busy.
Hey,
I don't know how you do it.
I don't sleep too much.
Bro, we understand that. No sleep. So, where does it start for you, man? Like, where did you go to high school at?
I went to high school in San Diego, California, where I'm from, born and raised, at a high school called Granite Hills High. And it was pretty regular, you know, like nothing too nice, nothing too shitty, just like a regular ass high school. And that's where I also got kind of started in music, though, in like the punk rock scene, you know, all my first bands, made my little friends, you know, and like learned how to play shitty Green Day songs on guitar.
Hey, Green Day rules, man. I like Green Day.
I don't mean, I'm sorry. The Green Day songs were amazing, but I was playing them very shitty, you know. But, you know, like, yeah, so that's kind of where it started, was just the San Diego, like, punk rock scene for me was where I started with everything in life, more or less.
So was your first band in high school?
Yeah, the first band I was in, I was 15, I think. And it was like, all right, so my daddy's a preacher. So I grew up in church, like a Baptist preacher, 6 nights a week. Like I was in church. So all of my first bands were like playing at church for so we were like screaming and doing like hardcore bands and like, you know, punk bands and stuff. But it was for like the youth group kids, but we would open for like POD because they were from San Diego. Yeah. And they were not like famous yet, but they were famous in the church scene. So it was like PODs come through, and then they'd let us little kids, like, you know, mess around for 20 minutes before.
That's great. So what was your first group's name, your first band's name?
The first band I was in was a band called Set Apart, and it was like a 80s like style, like hardcore band, and we would cover like Youth of Today and Gorilla Biscuits and like all the old like New York hardcore bands. But then we also have songs about like God, but they sounded the same, you know.
Right.
Pray.
So as you progressed in music, like, did you listen to anything else other than rock?
Oh yeah. So all right. So like before all of this stuff happened, you got to understand. So basically, where I grew up in San Diego, it was right on the Tijuana border in the 80s. So actually, and because my dad was a preacher, we were not allowed to listen to like most of the radio. I was not allowed to watch MTV. We didn't have a fucking computer until I was like almost in college. We were kind of poor too, you know.
Right.
But what I did have was the neighborhood, and guess what was playing in my neighborhood in fucking the mid 80s, right on the Tijuana border? Gangster rap and mariachi.
I was about to say NWA.
So I listened to more like Tupac and NWA and Dr. Dre and mariachi than rock at all, until we moved. Like my family moved is what happened. We moved to a white part of town, for lack of a better word. And then I started to see kids wearing like Nirvana shirts and shit. And I had no idea. I was like, you know, because I couldn't listen to the radio. I couldn't watch music videos. I was like, what is all this? I know Dr. Dre, I know mariachi, and I know gospel music. That's what I know.
So who's your favorites?
I mean, honestly, now as like an older, you know, as like a grown man, I love it all. I find things, I love gospel music. I love mariachi music. I love fucking dirty punk rock music. I love gangster rap. Like I love it all. I like songs is what I like. So I try to find good songwriting and good songs within whatever genre I'm listening to. And once I find a song, you know, that's all I need.
I ask everybody that's on this show, like when you're chilling at home, what are you secretly listening to? Because I always tell people I'm always at the house listening to Justin Timberlake, and they look at me funny. But I'm like, no, he jams.
Dude, how could anyone look at you funny? Justin Timberlake's like one of the fucking greatest. Like, come on, you know, like
that's what it is.
Like, all right, so in that way, I really love Taylor Swift. I listen to a lot of Taylor Swift.
Damn, bro.
I think she writes
music.
Her songs are so well written. I like the tone of her voice. I like it when she's sad and heartbroken. You know, I like it's good shit. And I've actually been listening to her like for years. I mean, I've seen her play like 3 times in concert. I probably dropped more money on the Taylor Swift ticket than I ever have for
Hey.
concert.
That's
That shit was not cheap.
Well, people have to be like, I've seen Justin Timberlake like 4 times. I'm sorry.
Yeah, dude, I saw Justin Timberlake on that tour with Timbaland when he did the 360 stage. Did you see that one where like he's played all the?
It made the stage raise up. Everything was crazy, bro. I'm lit. I'm telling you, I'm with it.
He for real about it.
I couldn't believe it, man. It was one of the best live shows I'd ever seen. And you know, and I'm a punk rock guy, so like I just to circle back, it's my love first is for a good song, you know. That's first and foremost.
So when you're writing your music, where do you get your inspiration from?
I always say like I don't really like try to explain my lyrics and stuff too much, but my music is a diary, more or less. It's whatever's rattling around up here, whatever darkness, you know, I'm going through in the moment. It gets sort of like vomited out into these songs, and then I try to make them pretty and clean them up, you know. But really, like it's my own form of therapy, is what it is. All my songs, I don't write happy songs. I don't write fucking love songs. My shit's pretty down. It's a downer. but I put a beat behind it. I like that
Save Me song. I told you, I was like, dude, Save Me is a good jam, and you were like, oh, the video's coming out.
Thank you. Yeah, so really it's just me getting out like my demons is what it is. Just in musical form. And it's how I kind of like achieve balance in this crazy world, you know. Like I'm not necessarily like a super depressed person, but I have darkness in me, as most of us do. And if you don't do something with that, it can manifest into something bad,
right?
You know. And so in order to continue to try to be like a well-rounded, like cool person, I don't want those dark things to overcome me, and I want to be in control of them. I don't want them to control me. And the way I control them is I write songs, and I just get it out, you know.
That's good. Like, so do you suffer from like depression or anything?
I mean, don't we all?
True.
I mean, I guess, yeah, but like that's such a, again, like I feel like that's pretty normal. Like I'm not special for it. I'm not weird for it. Like I go through shit, and my experiences are, you know, what they are, and everybody's so unique. And when you come from any kind of hardship, whether it's, you know, religious fucked up upbringing, you know, messing you up in the head, whether it's abuse, whether it's poverty, you're gonna have some darkness, you know. And so you should I feel like as a healthy person, you should do something with it. And so my way of doing something with it is trying to make all of that pain into something pretty, like a song.
I think it's impossible for you to just be happy every day all the time, and vice versa, be down all the time. There's always that valley, that up and down.
I wonder about people who appear that way. Like, you know, we all have that friend who's always on, who's like, yo, like what kind of Red Bull are they drinking? Like, I need some. Like, damn, they're never you never know when they go home behind closed doors what's going on. So you always have to kind of like keep that in the back of your mind. Like you know, everyone has some darkness for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yo, you going?
No, go ahead.
Oh my bad, I mean to cut you off. I'm pretty sure you've gotten this question hundreds of thousands of times, but I gotta ask you, bro. Small Hands, where did it come from? Where did the name come from? Is it self-explanatory, or is it something?
I mean, it's. I always say this. I wish I had a cooler story. Basically, before I was in porn, I was in bands. I was touring all over the world and shit, doing that whole thing. And when I started doing porn, it was just with my girlfriend, who's now my wife. She's a legend, Joanna Angel, been around for like 15 years. And she kind of got me in. But when we first started, it was just me and her, or like her filming me fucking another girl. And, you know, it was real low key. It wasn't trying to be like a career thing, or, you know, it was just something fun I did with my girl.
Right.
And so when I had to pick a name, I didn't really have any ideas. And I'm not really like one of those like super macho, like, yo, I'm fucking Bruce, giant dick. Oh, you know, like that's not my style. It's not my thing, you know? So I was like, let me just pick something super stupid because this will never be a career and no one will care. And like, you know, also like, I just, that's like how I am. I like to kind of make fun of myself. And so I got kind of small hands, I got small feet. And so most people think you got a small, right. And I don't. So I just thought, I was like, fuck it, that'll be funny. And it sounded like an old like mobster, like, oh, but like a shitty one. Like there's like the mob boss, and then there's like small hands, who's like always fucking things up.
Totally small hands.
So really that's it.
He go get the papers.
Yeah. So it was just a real dumb name that I didn't think would matter. And then 7 years later, here we are.
Right, true. So, I mean, you made a career out of it, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I always hear the question, like, do males make money in the porn?
All right, let me put it to you this way, because being from music and you guys understand this parallel. Do every artist make the same amount of money on, you know, are they all the same level of famous? Or when you're just starting out, when you're like, if you're an opening act, let's say, do you think you make as much as the headliner? No. If you have no fans, do you think you make as much as fucking Drake? No. So there's levels to it. So there's kind of like, there's like entry level, well, there's also the amount you work. Let's break it down in two ways. So like an entertainer, you have a rate and you're worth whatever you think you're worth. And if someone pays that, like for a gig, like, you know, for a concert, I want, you know, whatever, 5 G's a show or whatever it is. If everyone pays that, cool, then that's what you get. And so you have a rate and then you have the amount of the volume that you do. So if you're a dude who charges, let's say $1,000 to do a porno movie and you only get hired one time a month, is that making money? I don't know. If you have that and you get hired 25 days a month, is that making money? Now we're talking. So you can make money, but you can also not make money. It's entertainment. It's entertainment. You know, like all entertainment, the ones at the top make money, and the ones just starting, or the ones who kind of, for lack of a better word, don't really hit for whatever reason, maybe not so much. And that's just kind of the nature of the game.
So I do notice that you're an animal dude. You like dogs. Dude, I'm a big dog guy. Too.
Nice. What do you got?
We got 2 rat terriers at my house. One's mixed with a poodle, and he's bad as shit. Okay.
So am I lucky?
Yes.
Oh man.
Your favorite actor is Will Smith?
Who said that?
That's what it said on the internet.
I mean, I like him. I'm not trying to, but no, I
you don't want to be in no entanglements.
I probably, respectfully to Will, I probably would not put him as my favorite.
So who's your favorite?
Oh God, man. I think Giovanni Ribisi is my favorite actor.
Dude, that dude is amazing. Boom. Man, that dude.
I like that you knew who I was talking. Like he's slept on, but I think he's like brilliant.
Between him and you know who Ben Foster is?
Fuck, I know that name. What's he in?
Alpha Dog. So if you remember Alpha Dog, the dude that's like looking for his brother.
Okay, yeah. So
he's in a lot of movies, but him and Giovanni.
Another guy he's in like tons of shit, but like always like the side dude. Yeah. I also think on the flip side, like Ryan Reynolds, I think is brilliant because he's funny and he can do everything. So I kind of got like a man crush on Ryan Reynolds, not gonna lie.
No, Ryan Reynolds is like, I've watched that dude's career from, you know, Van Wilder, and the stuff he's done has just been completely amazing. So
dude, one of my favorite movies of all time is Waiting. You remember that?
Waiting.
Yeah, like dude, it's iconic. It's still like it never gets old.
Right. What's your favorite Giovanni movie?
Boiler Room. He was at
Boiler Room. Yes.
Oh yeah.
I think that's not my favorite like movie of his, but that's the favorite role. That's my favorite him, you know? Yeah.
He was in Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yes, he was. He's been in like way more shit than people even realize. And then if you start looking, you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, he is a dope actor, man. I like that dude.
Yeah.
Well, what was your first song you recorded?
What's that?
What was your first song you ever recorded? Do you remember?
Ooh, like ever. Oh, I mean, yeah. It was I was 15, and I remember it was for like my little punk band we had, and I'd never been in a studio, and it was like a gospel studio, and we came in and the guy was like, what do I do with you guys? Because we were so terrible. Like, our singer couldn't sing. I think our drummer could play, so that was the only saving grace. Like he could keep a beat, but all the rest of us were just. And the engineer just wanted to like kill himself, and it sounded like shit because he was used to mixing like 5-part gospel harmonies, and we just came in and just shit on his whole studio with our terrible sound. But you know, it was a learning experience.
Yeah, I would tell people that try to get into the music business that everything is going to be a learning experience for you from here on out.
I mean, and it never stops. I still learn it constantly, you know, all the time.
Right. So, how'd you meet the guys from Empty Streets?
There is no guys. It's just me.
Really? So what happened to? I thought it was like a whole band.
No, that's really cool though. I appreciate that because I want it to feel like a full thing, but I play everything on it. I sing everything, all the instruments. Literally, it's me.
Really?
Yep. So I produce it. I make the beats. I play all the keyboards. I do all the everything. It's 100% like a solo. I just didn't want to call it like Aaron. You know, that's my real name. Like, that's just corny. What am I, like Justin Bieber? Like, that's not my thing. You know. And obviously, I don't want to call it Small Hands because that's just stupid. Right. So I made up a band, but it's just me. It's just. That's it.
Actually,
it's kind of like how the Weeknd, you know, that's not his name, but it's like just him, more or less. You know, obviously he is, except I don't have producers. I produce my own shit.
Yeah, no, it's actually because like you said you have an album coming out, what, like June?
Yeah, I just signed like literally like 2 weeks ago to Cleopatra Records, legendary Hollywood label.
Yeah.
And they're gonna put out my next record June or July. We're still figuring out the exact dates, but the summer.
You have a title yet?
Age of Regret.
Age of Regret. I was thinking one day like you can have your own album like called like the One Man Band or something like that.
Right. I mean, I think that's cool, but I kind of like, I also don't want to put too much like glory on me, you know, like I just want like writing the songs, and I'm happy that people like listen, but I don't want to make it me like one man, look at all I, you know, like the music, I just would like the music to speak for itself, you know, first. If people want to give me that, I'll take it.
But no, that just shows that you're real humble. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. But you gotta like get your flowers while you're here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
People have to let you, like, because bro, I don't just jam anybody's music, but I do listen to a lot of music. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, I'm gonna check it out, and I checked it out, and I was like, I dig it. I like that "Dance for Me" single or song.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate it.
I do. I listen.
That's awesome. So. Yeah. Well, down the road, now that I got a label, I would like to probably do like the next coming record, maybe with like some producers, and you know, like maybe do some collabs and stuff, because I think that'd be really fun. Because it's getting lonely doing it all by myself. But I also produce like for other artists, just kind of low key. I do like beats for other people and singers and rappers, and I actually have another project coming out. It's a whole side record that's all like industrial club dance music, and me and this really cool chick, she goes by Ophelia, are like making a really evil like dance record with almost like no singing, and like it's a super club thing. So I'm trying to just be as creative as possible everywhere, you know.
That's good. Like, you put music in different genres, it works, it expands your brand. Mm-hmm. That's a good idea, you know what I'm saying? So,
and I think these days, you know, like growing up, I felt like when we were younger, things were a little more separate, you know, like, oh, if you're a metal person, you can't really like Taylor Swift, or if you're into hip hop, what are you doing listening to punk or whatever? But I feel like now the doors are open. No, everyone's pretty open to like everything. I think people just want to hear good music with like a cool style, whatever that may be. And it doesn't need to be in like a specific box anymore. It just needs to be good.
Right. I mean, I feel like people open the door. Like when they open the door for that is when Run DMC and Aerosmith like made that song. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, and that was so like boom, like talk about a shotgun flat. You know, like there's no subtlety there. It's like, let's take the biggest in both worlds and just
fail. Right?
You know, I noticed
like
that.
if you think even like now, like we live in a world now where fucking Machine Gun Kelly can make a pop punk record and it's good. You know, like I like
not listened to it yet.
I really like it. I do, and I've honestly been a Machine Gun Kelly fan since Lace Up and like the early stuff. So I follow, and I think it's really cool that an artist like that can go wherever the fuck he feels like. you know?
No, I met him. I know people on his team. So like before I like listen, I don't want to be critical and all that stuff. Like personal relationships. So I'm like,
see, I don't know that. I don't know him at all. I mean, I met him in Brooklyn once at a hotel for like a second in the bar, but that's another
he's
story.
like the coolest dude.
Yeah. No, he's super nice guy. But I think just the observation of like a guy like that can exist in this world. So fuck yeah, like let's all just do what we think is cool. And if cool shit comes out of it, like let's not worry so much about like the label. Let's just worry about like it getting out there and being awesome.
Have you noticed like with a lot of songs, it could be a pop song, R&B, whatever genre. If it's a hot song, everybody's gonna make their version of it. You're gonna get your EDM version, you're gonna get your Latino version, you're gonna get your country, like so. It's kind of ties into what
that speaks to the power. That speaks to the power of song. You know, like a good song transcends genre, and it's usually timeless. Like it also transcends like time. So like that's why like you know, you can listen to like an iconic Rolling Stones song or a Prince song or a fucking James Brown or an Elvis song, and it still holds up because those are the song. And you know, you can remix those songs all day long and anything you want, and they're still good songs. So I feel like if you get a song that has that reaction where everybody kind of wants to put their spin on it, that's pretty special.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for the new next album, do you have artists you want to work with?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So and I got some guests on this one coming out on Cleopatra too. I just been kind of holding it back a little bit, but I got my buddy Ace, who plays in LA Guns and Faster Pussycat, some like old school like hair metal legends. He just shredded some insane Tom Morello whack guitar on the song for me. Ben Wyman from Dillinger Escape Plan and Suicidal Tendencies did actually some like synth production on one of my songs. And the whole record is being mixed by Jaime Preciado, who plays in Pierce the Veil, who's a super cool like post-hardcore band. So I got like kind of like cool guys sprinkled all over this. But for my upcoming record, I think the collab I want to do most is you guys know the group Prayers?
No.
They go by they call it Cholo Goth. And I actually grew up in San Diego. We came from the same scene, so like they're like legit scene friends of mine, and they do like a Mexican gangster rap like goth mix. It's really fucked up and cool.
I take that back. I think I did hear about them one day. I was down in Dallas. Do they tour a lot?
Yeah. They're
okay.
I think
So
they're on RCA
I think they were they were going to be at Trees, and I saw their flyers.
Yeah, it's just two dudes. It's like a guy who does beats live, and then just a singer, and it's real like it's so fucking strange. You have to just hear it to like know what it is. But like it's a collab. I think me and those guys also just because of our old school like San Diego ties. It'd be like a hometown reunion. So I think I'm gonna try to get that going on the next record. But I also, to be honest, want to do a collab with like a pop artist, on my first album that I dropped last summer, I covered Selena Gomez, and you know I already talked about how I love Taylor Swift. So I love female pop singers. So I would love to do a collab, maybe where I take a back seat and let a girl kind of just sing on a track or something. That would be really cool. You know, stuff like that. I'm kind of open to everything though.
Right. I think what I would like to hear is you and Lee John from Seven Dust on a like.
Oh, that would be cool.
Bro, I don't know why, but in my head, the vocals I can hear on that song.
Yeah.
I'm just weird like that.
That high, that soaring.
Right,
like,
bro.
and then I come in with low.
Right, bro.
Yeah.
I got it. We got this.
I don't know why. I just like in my head, I was like, man, that sounds real dope. Like,
I would be honored. I mean, Seven Dust, that's legendary act right there.
Yeah. Do you listen to any of these new rappers today?
Yeah. Oh fuck, dude. I listen to so much. That's another thing that I don't think people realize. I listen to sometimes more rap than any other kind of music for two reasons. A, I've listened to rap since I was fucking 5 years old growing up, you know, on the Tijuana border. So it's always been a legit, you know, like not a hipster part of my life. Like it's just part of my culture that I've always grown up listening to. But also now that I'm making music production wise, I'm obsessed with listening to producers and beats and stuff. So but my favorite shit like of nowadays would be like Dave East, Benny the Butcher, Conway. That's the I don't really like the what is it? Like, yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, no, I listen to that shit.
But and honestly, you know what I've been listening to nonstop is new Jim Jones shit is bonkers. It's so and I actually like because I used to listen to the Diplomats and Dipset growing up when I was a kid, and I actually thought Jim Jones was always like the weakest of them all. But I think
that same thing.
but his new
his new album is
the last two records he dropped are so fucking good, and I can't stop listening to them. So that's what I've been listening lately, hip hop wise.
I just feel like Jewel's, if he puts out way more music, he would be at the because they're like everybody in Dipset says Jewel's has hundreds and hundreds of songs that he's just sitting on, even like 4 albums with Wayne.
Really? Him and Wayne got an album. Yeah, they got a few.
Yeah, they have like 2 albums. Yeah, and he's just sitting on it.
Man. Like why? Just so like when he dies,
I have no idea.
Like,
it's probably clearance and business purposes, you know.
Okay, that makes more
issues, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just part of the business. Sure. A lot of that happens, you know. There's all kinds of stuff in the vault. You'll never hear all kinds of different collabs with different people, but business won't.
Yeah.
That's an unfortunate part of the industry though, because I know there's some stuff out there, man. There's all kinds of shit out there. So.
It'll like seep to the surface one day.
Yeah,
right. We'll all be in like the nursing home, and we'll be like, oh shit. Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate thing. It's usually when they die.
Yeah.
When they die, and they're like, oh, you had it the whole time. You always so. But that is what it is.
Like 50 Cent did Pop Smoke's album.
Yeah.
Yeah, his
artist.
Yeah. Yeah, and they were like, "What y'all think about the Pop Smoke album?" We were like, "Man, we loved it." So,
yeah.
Top 5 favorite rappers.
All time.
We asked that question a lot too.
This is in no. You know what? No, this is in particular order. I'll give you an order. Pusha T, number 1, all time favorite.
Wow. Okay.
All right. If I can throw Clips as a duo in too, because that's all time favorite. Clips, Pusha, done. Tupac would be number 3. Dr. Dre number 4. And number 5 could be like many. I'm gonna go like a tie with like Jay-Z and Lil Wayne.
Man, you like he is just surprising.
See, I got a lot of layers.
Right. It's good that you're letting it out too.
I'm trying to switch gears for a second. Actually, a little bit of a personal question. So, being from your background, you know, and to how you are now, how are things with your family? Do you still keep in touch with them, or is it just?
No.
No, yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, no, it's just
no. I don't mind talking about it. It's all good. Basically, you know, Dad he's Baptist preacher. You know, he's old school. He didn't even really see eye to eye with me, you know, on music and nothing. You know, it's not you know, not to sugarcoat. Like we've never been really that cool. But this was like the thing that I think he couldn't. His brain couldn't process it, and so I probably haven't talked to my pop or seen him in 7 years or something like that. And then mom is cool as she can be. You know, my mom's super Christian too, still super conservative, but you know, she's my mom, so she'll kind of send me little texts every now and then on my birthday. You know, I'll get a card, things like that. So I talked to my mom a little bit, and you know, I kind of knew that was the way it was going to go. You know, after me and my well, she's my wife now, but after me and my girl were dating for a couple of years, you know, you fall in love with someone. I had to make some big choices and really like look at myself like, yo, if I'm going to be with this woman for life and this is her career, and also now I'm kind of getting in it too, I have to understand that my super Christian ass dad is not, there's just no way there's just no way. And so, but I have to be a man and live my own life, you know, and I'm not, so it was one of those things where I felt bad for him, you know, like I'm not mad. I'm just like, kind of like, man, like that sucks. Like just over this, like it doesn't even hurt you. Really? Okay. You know, all right, man.
Yeah, and it could be worse. You could be in prison.
I just feel like as parents,
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not, I got to take the blessings as I get them, you know, and I can't worry too much about his anxiety over it. Cause it's not, you know, it's not a part of his life. If he wants to think about it all the time, that's his deal.
I just think there should be unconditional love regardless. Like,
yeah, and you know what's funny is growing up in church, I got taught that a lot. So it's kind of interesting, the hypocrisy. You know, believe me, we could have a whole conversation about that. Right. But I will say on a brighter note, my wife's family is so loving. They've like, dude, I've got so much family. I've got so much love on my wife's side. So like her parents just basically like brought me in and just with open arms, and they're amazing people. So all good. That's all good.
Awesome, for real.
Yeah. How did you guys meet?
So when I was I've lived a lot of lifetimes, had many different careers that we haven't even touched on yet. But when I was in the bands in between, I owned a merchandise company in San Diego. So I had a warehouse and I would screen print shirts and make stickers, and for my band and also for other bands and stuff. And so that was how I like kind of paid the rent, you know, as a struggling musician. And at some point along the way, my wife, she owned a production company called Burning Angel. It's like an iconic porn studio that's famous for making like tattoo girls, like it's like Suicide Girls but hardcore sex. Right. And at some point she was a client of mine. Like I was making t-shirts that said butthole and like, you know, like, you know, silly things on it. And we were shipping them out, and we had a poster of her in the warehouse, and all the guys thought it was so cool. Oh fuck yeah, we make merch for this porn company. It's so cool, you know, Joanna. And we're all fans. And at some point, a mutual friend of both of ours, just from like different walks of life, like set us up on a blind date. Like, so I was like, so straight up, I was like a fan of hers, and I made her merchandise, and now I'm married to her.
Hey, that's what's up.
It's a circle of life, man.
So for everyone out there listening, it could happen.
Right. You never know. You never know. Do you have a favorite person to work with? Of course, besides your wife.
I get asked this every time, and I'll say like, and I'm not bullshitting, I like 99% of all the girls. And you know, a couple you don't click with, and that's just life, no big deal. You still that's why you're a pro, you do the job. But like 99% of the time, man, I love them all. All of them. so I can't even have a favorite. If anything, the ones that stick out to me more are the ones that are not my favorite, but I will never go down that road.
We don't.
But yeah, so I kind of, or the other thing I say is my favorite is whoever I did a movie with last, because, you know, like, fuck, man, like they're all my favorites. So who did I work with yesterday? You know, like that's my favorite.
Right. So how many companies are you signed to?
I have an exclusive contract with Brazzers, so you know, the biggest one. And so that's it. I work for them and the sites that they own. So I'm on like Brazzers, Reality Kings, Digital Playground, Mofos, you know, like all the big ones. And then for music, yeah, I'm signed to Cleopatra. So those are the two deals I got.
So with Cleopatra, did you do like a album deal or? Like,
yeah, we're doing we're doing they're going to release this next record, and then we'll kind of see what happens with that. So it's just a fun kind of like one-off deal, and yeah, we'll kind of see where it goes.
So, like, for the next project though, do you have plans for it? Like, do you have how you want it to roll out, how you want it to go?
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
or like, do you have complete control of your project? Is what I want.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, and again, like, it actually makes me sound like a crazy person. Like, when I say it's all me, like, I do the Photoshop, I design the logos, I edit the fucking weird graphics, like, I do everything. So like, all creative control is 1,000% me. If anything, again, it's almost like kind of gross. Like, I could probably use someone to fucking.
No, I'm just saying. When I sent you the Sexy Psycho stuff, she's that same way. She does everything her own. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's how she is.
Sometimes that's just the way.
Sometimes when you have a vision, I'm sure she knows this. The best person who knows how to get out of your head is you. And
right.
if you're talented and you're willing, because this is the part where it's more work to do all this shit alone. So if you're a worker, you know, if you're down to roll up your sleeves and be like, all right, this is insane. This is going to be so much work, but guess what? I could do it. You know, if I just commit, if I put in the hours, if I sacrifice, you know, maybe I'm not going to go out with, you know, I'm kind of like, I know, like, it looks like I live a pretty crazy life, but I party when I'm making porno, you know, and then I come home and I'm in the studio. That's it. Like, that's, I mean, one or the other. I don't really do much. I'm not out in Hollywood. Even pre-COVID, I'm not up in the mix. I'm not like hanging out with celebrities like a lot of my friends and stuff, which is cool. I got nothing wrong against that, but I like to work. That's what I like to do. So I would just say, like to the workers out there, like, you know, you can make it happen if you got a little talent but a lot of work ethic, because that's what I always say. Like, I don't have that much talent, I'm a fucking worker, so I'm down to put in the work.
Our work supersedes all of that, I feel.
Right.
Really does.
So what's gonna be the first single?
Well, I dropped Age of Regret last month, a music video for it. It premiered on Loudwire. It's out on YouTube now. You can see it on my page. So that would be like kind of, I guess, unofficially the first single. But I think the next song I'm going to put out is a song called All You Deserve. And that's the one that Ben Weinman from Dillinger Escape Plan and Suicidal Tendencies, he contributed to. And it's just a big fucking monster, like Depeche Mode sounding, like just anthem for like an arena. Because the first song that I already dropped is a little more low key, just kind of like warming you up, and we're gonna kick the doors open on the next one.
Well, no, I just thought you would sound good. Corey Taylor.
Oh yeah, Corey, dude. Again, legend. I'd be honored.
He's gonna be here. I think I'm like try to pull up on that dude. He's actually like, they got him here twice. His first show sold out, so they booked him again. So yeah.
Cool. Well, fuck, man. Feel free to pass along my info.
Hey, we try our best to speak stuff in the
bro. Like I said, I can hear the vocals in my head, so I'm like,
yeah, like the cool harmonies and shit.
Right.
For sure.
So, because like, even when I go to the studio with Sexy Psycho, that's why it's easy for me to put her with rappers that I know. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what will sound good. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, yeah.
Like, and I'll find the right beats and stuff for her sometimes too. So it's
right.
It's just super dope. But yeah, like, man, listening to your music, because I had it going today, like all day, and so I was like, damn, I can hear, you know, just the vocals. I'm like,
I love collabs. I especially, like, I think that's the way music is kind of going in this modern world, and it's not even like I feel like the old model where everyone's like, this is me, and I gotta have 12 songs on my album, and it's me. And like, oh, but why? Like, that was just made up by someone who thought that was the idea, but now there's another idea, and now the idea is, here's me, but here's me in different flavors all over the place with cool people. And I think it also helps elevate everyone's project. You know, if you're promoting something, how much more attention is it going to get if you got a cool person on it who is also stoked, and they're, you know, like, boom, now everything gets lifted and gets elevated.
Right. That's what I always say. I was like, you're engaging your fan base with that fan base, and you know what I'm saying, it just grows
Yeah.
that way, man.
Yeah, it's like a win-win. There's like no way that it could ever be that bad, unless it just is the worst collab ever. But that's where good pairings and being smart about pairing people up comes in.
Right. How many? So like your very first job before your bands, what were all your jobs?
Oh yeah, you did say that.
Let's talk about all your jobs.
All right, so like again, I'll hit you with some realism here. Like growing up when your dad is a preacher, unless your fucking dad is the guy on TV, you're poor. You're real poor. Right. So like my first job when I was like 9 was my dad was the janitor at the church as well as the preacher, just for a little bit of extra money. So he would give the sermon, we'd do the like potluck lunch, and then at 8 o'clock at night, he'd bring me back and I'd be buffing floors and scraping toilets and fucking, working, being a janitor. And but that I respect that a lot now, because it taught me a lot about just humility and like work ethic. It's why I like to, it's why I'm a worker. And just basic like never thinking you're better than someone else, no matter the level of success or the fame or the money. I can remember when I was fucking cleaning toilets at the church, and nobody knew. So that was my first job. But my first real quote job was I worked at a sign company when I was 15, doing like graphics on cars. So I was out in the parking lot doing like postal service vehicles, putting the logos up on the trucks and shit. And that's actually how I got started in graphic design. And so, because the guys would let me play on the computer and afterwards in the Photoshop and all the programs and the software. And that's how I learned all the software.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That like all that stuff you've been through is the reason you have the work ethic you do now.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why you have the hustle mentality. You know what I'm saying? So.
When you're young, you hate it, but looking back, I'm very thankful, because again, and like with the DIY part, like it taught me, if you want to get something done and you're willing to go for it, just do it. Just stop waiting for a handout. Stop waiting for fucking someone to like just give you this magical path. Although obviously we all want that. That's great if it happens. I didn't want to be a casualty of waiting, for a big break or a moment. So it's like everything in life, whether it's music, entertainment, or just working at my job, I wanted to fucking get after it,
Right. I tell that to artists all the time, like, especially the ones that get signed, they like wait for the label to do stuff for them. And I'm always like, stop waiting for the label, bro.
With everybody that I work with, I'm like, I'm gonna leave you in the dust. Like, you're gonna have to keep up with me. Like that's how this is gonna be. And I'm cool with it. Like I don't, but that's how it should be. If you're the star, if you're the front, I feel like you should be the hardest worker in the room. Something's off if you're not.
That's true.
That's
true.
That's very true.
Good mindset to have, definitely.
Yeah.
So where'd you get the name Empty Streets from?
I've been using it for like over a decade, just as like a name whenever I do solo shit. It just kind of sounds sad and depressing, and I make sad, depressing music. So it's like, not really like I just want, and again, and because it's a solo thing, Empty Street, it kind of like solitude, and it kind of just worked with like me being like this is my solo artist shit, but it's called this. So that's really all it is.
Yo, I gotta ask like a 3-part question.
Mm-hmm.
You watch the verses. Who's your favorite verses, and who would you like to see in the future?
All right, I have not watched like a full, verses.
Mm-hmm.
I just look at like the Twitter highlights. I think the one that stood out to me the most was the fucking was it Jeezy and because they were taking shots at each other a little.
Yeah. It was awkward.
I saw the highlight
reel. Really awkward. It's like,
and like I just was like, oh shit, like, okay, this is like not, I thought I was just gonna hear like karaoke,
Right. No,
I didn't know it.
It was real serious because like Gucci Mane supposedly killed Jeezy's friend.
Yeah,
so that's why he was taking stabs at him.
Yeah, I was like, yo, this is like like elevated on some like I don't know, man. like it was like a car wreck. Like I kept like looking at all the clips, but I felt real uncomfortable.
Right, yeah, like he was there.
No, watching it live, being there live and watching it, it was super awkward.
Yeah, it was like,
you're just sitting there like, what's about to happen?
But I guess that's those are those like moments that make it viral and make it like real, you know, like holy shit, that's not they're not acting right there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true. That is definitely true.
And what would you say? Who would I want to see in a versus?
Yeah.
Like Selena Gomez versus Ariana Grande. Did they already do that? Or
Nah, they haven't did any pop ones yet.
I would like to see like a pop one.
Yeah.
Well, they just signed with Triller, the company Triller.
Yeah.
So they're gonna start doing other in the future.
Cool.
So
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are you hip to Triller?
I have not been on it. It's an app, right? I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
We need to get you
I do. I'm
behind.
behind. I've been in the studio too much. I got to get out and see the world and get all these new apps.
Oh, no question. Speaking of with COVID, how did that affect the industry, like the porn industry? Like, how bad did it affect it? You know what I mean? Like,
it basically we back in whatever it was like March,
Right.
just like Hollywood, boom, shut down. Everything shut down. So for like 6 months, I didn't have a job, but that's when I was making a lot of these records and shit. So I had plenty to do. Again, I found a way to fill the time up productively. And then I think back in like October, they started filming again, but it was like pretty hilarious. Like it was all these regulations and rules. So like they would send me an address for the location. And before I and the girl would get there, the crew would set up, put the lights up, sanitize everything, and then leave. And then like there's instructions and like real kind of like awkward. Like, so it's like just me and this girl alone. And there's like pages taped, like here's how to turn on the camera, here's how to turn on the microphone, and all the light, it's all pretty and it's all set up. But what made it even funnier was the director was on Zoom on a tablet. So they like it was like, it'd be like, are you guys in okay? And we'd see him like, hey. We're like, all right, so you're gonna go over on the couch and then and then like every now and then, like while we're fucking, we would hear the director like, oh yeah, that's great, or like on this fucking screen. And so that was pretty funny. And obviously, like I get COVID tested almost every single day because 24-hour, clean test, like all, tons of like protocols. So I've spent half my freaking life this year at the COVID testing place. But it's nice to know. It's nice to know constantly that I'm good. Like to have a quickie. So I don't think I've gone more than like 2 days this whole year without getting COVID tested.
That's good.
Oh well.
And I have not got the vaccine yet, but I want to tour and travel and shit, so I'm sure I'll get it at some point.
Right. That's what a lot of people are saying. They're like, I don't know if I want to take it, but if I got to travel, I'm going to take it.
Look, I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to act like I really know anything about all this science behind it. Right. I'm just going to have to like trust, which no one likes to do these days. Yeah. That I'm gonna have to trust that this isn't like some weird like alien fucking jizz that the government is injecting into me. That's gonna like I don't even know whatever like, whatever the zombies and shit. Yeah, like and I'm not saying that that's possible. I'm not saying it's it, but I gotta just at some point I gotta live my life and so okay, give me the shot.
Where do you want to travel to that you haven't been?
That I haven't. Yeah, I was gonna say because I've been a lot of places in the world, man. Okay, I'll give you one that I haven't, one that I have. I've never been to Japan, and I'm part Japanese. So really? I would love. Yeah, my mom is half Japanese from Hawaii. My grandma's full from Okinawa, and I'm 25% Japanese. So it'd just be cool to see some of the roots and some of the heritage of Japan. And then as far as going back, Mexico is my heart, my home. Like I've been to Jalisco, I've been to Guadalajara, all up and down the Baja coast, like anything in Mexico, sign me up. I'm there, done.
That's dope.
Man, I got a friend from Okinawa. I was supposed to go with him like a long time ago. Never went.
Oh man, well, hey, maybe me and you can link up there.
Yeah, I know.
There's
We'll all just go out there now. Like,
Yeah, right.
there's still time. I'll just have to shoot a video out there and just make an excuse for
that,
it.
bro. If that's what I mean, anytime we go anywhere, we try to shoot videos. That's
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So do we. We just do different kinds. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
No, dude, I've made adult films in Ibiza, Canada, fucking Mexico, Costa Rica. I mean, yeah, Finland. Fucking yeah, like I've been all over for both, and because I was in bands before porn, I've traveled all over Europe on tour. So I've been a lot of places for multiple things. So it's pretty cool to be able to like just keep adding locations to the
right.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot what I was about to ask him. Where is Browsers in Florida?
Brazzers? I mean, they're on the internet, so they're not really in anywhere.
Because I know a group named Mayday. And they shot like videos with those, like music videos with those cats or something like that.
Yeah. Most of their production is done in LA, Vegas, and Miami. So those are the big three. I think they do a little bit in other random places, but most of it's those three. That's where most porn in America is shot, is Vegas, LA, and Miami.
You ever listen to Tech Nine?
A little bit, like casually. I won't say I'm like a diehard, and I don't really, don't ask me to add from my favorite record, but yeah, like when he comes on, I'm down, and I do like him. Yeah.
I think he would sound good on a record with you.
Cool. Well, then I'm gonna have to dig into the catalog a little more.
Yeah, he's got songs with Surge. He got a song with Surge from Power Man, I think it is.
Oh wow.
And then he's got songs with Corey. He's on Corey's like new single, Corey Taylor's new single. He's Tech's on it. Like,
is he? So. Shit. All right. Well, that'll be my listening this evening when I go for a fucking workout. I'll blast some Tech Nine.
So so you work out a lot?
You got to be in this biz, man, when you're naked all the time. Yeah.
What's your regimen?
I'm a cardio guy. That's the secret for like, also if you want to know a tip for like stamina, don't worry about being big and like muscle guy. Be able to run like 6 miles without even breaking a sweat, and then you could fuck all night. Like, so most of my workouts are 6 days a week, just cardio. Like I run like 4 or 5 miles every day. I run up the stairs, and then I still do like some like pull-ups and basic stuff, but a lot of it is stretching too, like a lot of like yoga type stuff, like balance and things, because if you're having sex with somebody, you're picking them up and walking around the room with them, you got to have a good core, a good sense of balance. So,
right.
Most of my workouts are like cardio and like core, like yoga type things.
Do you have a set eating schedule?
Yeah, I kind of follow the like paleo diet loosely, but like I like to party a little bit. So I'm not gonna say I'm that super strict. And then I drink a lot of water. Like that's the other thing. I'm always got some water around constantly, like just almost over hydration, because it also helps your little secret. If you guys want to know how to make your load a little more, the more hydrated you are, the more you're going to produce, if you know what I'm saying. So like that's another thing. Everyone always wants to know how these porno guys are always blasting out so much stuff. A lot of it is just being super hydrated.
I thought they were taking stuff, to be honest.
I mean, you can also take like I mean, not to get too like gross or whatever, but like jizz is like protein. So like if you want more of that, chug your protein shakes and watch what happens. Like it's real simple. Like that's like all it really is.
That is
crazy. Yeah, I had no idea. That's like
crazy. Yeah. Like it's hydration and it's protein. So most porno dudes are like dumping their protein powder and water, and boom, and that's the deal. And obviously too, you if you're like smoking cigarettes, eating McDonald's every day, you got to have like a level of health in general that's like already okay to for these results to work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
But yeah, like a lot of this stuff is simpler than people think. They just don't realize it.
Yeah. You have a cheat meal?
Carne asada burrito, baby, all day long. You know, any Mexican food. And then you know, I like you know, that's the celebration meal after the movie's wrapped. You know, you don't eat that burrito. You don't want that burrito before.
No, you can't do them like that before, man.
No, but before it's just a little bit of fresh fruit and some water and that protein mix and maybe some trail mix.
When you're alone with the wife, do y'all have a favorite TV show y'all watch?
I mean, we're always watching, you know, something or the other. I think what are we watching right now? She's here. You want to say hi to her? Come here. What's the show? Good Girl? We're watching Good Girls right now. And it's about like three like real. Here's my wife, Joanna. Say hi.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, no, it's about like three like suburban moms who get caught up in like the Mexican drug cartel and they start running.
Oh, okay, I did see that. Okay, yeah, all right. I did see a part of it.
Yeah,
I'm weird,
it's pretty
bro.
hilarious.
I'll be watching Grey's Anatomy and shit. I don't care. I'll be like,
Hey,
I watch Snowfall.
It's all entertainment. It's all entertainment.
Hey, in this COVID year, it's like just watch it all.
Right. That's what I do. Cause like we're about to like I got like actors coming in on this show too. We got so many people coming in. We've already filmed like 20 of these.
Yeah.
We only got like 5 of them out already. So
yeah,
man,
We got some people.
Yeah.
Got, Michael Blackson. Got Joe Torre. Who
nice.
else?
You guys seen the new Coming to America yet?
No. I really want to see it in the theater, and I keep like kind of holding out hoping that like that feels like a theater movie to me. The Coming to America too. Yeah, it's out now. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's on Amazon right
yeah.
now.
It's
Dude,
like
that
Michael
cast
Blackson, and he was telling us all about it, and like the movie actually turned out pretty good. So
yeah. Oh, you saw it already?
Movie. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Nice.
You can watch it. What is it? Amazon Prime?
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime right now.
They did like so. I don't know. They did something because COVID, you know, of course, they did a deal with Amazon Prime, and Amazon Prime gave them like $200 million or something.
All right.
So
That was a big deal.
Bravo. Shit, let me get a little bit of that.
Thank you. I mean, they shot part of the movie at Rick Ross's house. So
you know, you may have heard of him. Up and coming real estate.
Right. I mean, he's got that huge estate, so it's like
perfect. Yeah, hell yeah.
But do you have other than Good Girls, do you guys have any like favorite TV shows you like?
I mean, fuck, like what do I watch? I watch like a lot of like documentaries and like food shows, so it's not really that. I'm kind of boring. But I will say we watched Ozarks. We just wrapped that up, and that was pretty awesome.
No,
so that was a good one. Yeah.
New season's coming end of this month. Or
is it?
Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah.
It's like the final season. It's the final season.
The final season too.
The final season.
Well, I'll be there for it.
Yeah. So what's next? After your album?
So basically the album will drop this summer, and I got some videos in the works coming out for a lot of good shit. I got some already like some remixes and things, you know, I got a bunch of things kind of lined up where this will be the summer of just this record. And man, the second touring is able. I'm hitting the road. I'm out of here. You know, I want to see everyone, and I want to play everywhere, and I want to go everywhere. So I'm just trying to line everything up, you know, on the back end to be ready for that when it's time. So that way we're just boom, like off to, you know, we're off.
So when you do live shows, is it just going to be you, or are you going to have like band and stuff?
For the moment, it's just going to be me, kind of like just like pop singer style. But you know, I've got like some production, like some light show tricks, and you know, some stuff in the works. And then as I get, you know, as this grows, I would eventually like to add, probably not like a musician, so to speak, but more like a live, you know, producer type person.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just doing cool
people do those things. Love them.
Like doing cool pads and shit, or maybe like electronic, fucking drums and stuff. Something like that would be super cool. Something visually unique and interesting. But I don't think I want to do like a traditional band. That's like, I've done it before. Like, let's do something new,
Yeah.
So it's also easier to travel when there's nobody in your band.
You ain't got to split no money.
You got to split no money. You got to split no money, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say that part, but
No, we saying it because we know.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just, you guys know music, it's always easier when there's less cooks in the kitchen. Dealing from like a management perspective, if you just have one person to talk to versus, I got fucking, my bass player hates everything that the singer does, and the drummer's MIA half the time, and like, I found that shit just gets done easier and with less headache when it's just me.
That's true. That's definitely true.
Yeah, we only travel with 3 people, so we don't.
Yeah, easy, light crew, and also it makes you agile. You can just bop around and do what you want to do, and you're quick with it. You don't have to. The machine moves quickly,
Right.
So you got to get up out of somewhere. You got 3 people.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
You got a whole entourage. You're like, where's so-and-so? Where's so-and-so? By the time,
right. I don't know how people travel with 30 people on their rider. I don't.
That sounds like anxiety through the roof for me.
It does. I can't do it. Like I'm like paranoid.
Because it's like you got to babysit. You got to worry about what other people do, and then they make you look bad. And
yeah. Because if everyone's kind of repping you, that's yeah.
You ever thought about doing like your own porn and your own soundtrack together?
Oh, I've done many. I've won awards for my soundtracks, dude.
Really?
Oh, I've been doing soundtracks for the last like 6 years for all the movies my wife has directed, and I've been nominated at AVN 6 years in a row for best soundtrack, and this year I won. So I got the win this year. I got the trophy, and it's one of my favorite things to do. I love, because there's no rules with like porn. You just go nuts with the music, whatever you feel like doing, more or less, because it's porn. Like no one's really paying attention to the music, so you can kind of have fun and play. And that's actually where I learned to produce, and where I learned to make beats. Was I was making music for porn, and then I was like, oh shit, like, well, I could make real songs, like using these same techniques I learned. And that's kind of how Empty Streets, like this, the keyboards and all this, the sound started, was me making music for porn. And a lot of the first Empty Streets songs are on pornos, just with no singing, that like demo versions and stuff. Yeah.
You snuck them in there.
Yeah. So like if you're on Pornhub and you hear like some synth with a beat, and like you're wondering, yeah, it might be me.
Like, but that's what I'm saying. So, like, what about your own? Like, you direct your own movie, and then like, you have your own like it's all you. Like, would you ever do something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I've done some similar stuff. Like when we were in quarantine, since my wife is a director and a performer, and we have tons of gear at the house, we did. I wrote and directed a whole movie, and we made it in lockdown alone with each other. We both filmed each other's parts, and it was a horror movie. We had effects. I built a set. There was like stunts in it, and literally I edited it. I shot it. My wife shot it with me. I built the sets. I did the lighting, and I did the whole soundtrack, and we did it all at home in quarantine.
That's beautiful.
It took like 2 months, and that's actually what I won best soundtrack for, was that movie.
What? Really?
Hey, so if anybody's not at work, Google or in Pornhub, it's called Lana, Lana, which is also anal backwards. The movie's called Lana, and it's like a horror movie, and it's literally all made in quarantine. It's all made by me and my wife, so it's kind of a cool like labor of love, passion project.
That's
with anal.
Check that out.
You gotta check that out. Hey. Do you like scary movies?
Yeah, hell yeah. Who doesn't?
I don't.
No?
I don't.
No, okay, well then I guess you don't. No,
I don't let the devil in my house kind of dude.
Fair,
like I don't watch scary movies like that.
Fair.
I can watch Wrong Turn.
Right. Well, I guess depending on the type, like
Yeah.
for me, like, everyone has those ones that hit too close to home. So
Right.
I would say, like, I don't really like movies that are about like evil, like church, like Christian shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't watch none of that devil shit.
like it's sometimes I'm like, like it's like a little too much. But like, fucking zombies and Godzilla or whatever.
Oh, that's not scary. That's not scary.
So yeah.
But that's the end. We thank you for your time. We thank your wife for coming in.
Hey, I gotta say this, man, and I'm just keeping it like 100%. Like I didn't know how you were gonna be just because I didn't know you, and just from what, bro, you dope as fuck, bro.
Yeah,
Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah, I just keep it real, man. You a lot cooler than I expected. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if you were gonna be like one of those prima donna guys. It's kind of, you just never know, man.
Actually, we talked to a couple adult film stars that they were kind of like bougie. We were like,
so we went, but nah, bro. Like, you dope as fuck.
I really appreciate that. And like, I think what's cool about, just us hanging out and just what we're both doing in the world in general is breaking down barriers, and just normalizing like this shit. Like, it's, genres don't really matter. You can be in porn, you could fucking do this, you can, you can be from different walks of life, different styles, and as long as you got cool stories to tell and you got a good song to write or a good fucking dick to sling or whatever, whatever it is, like it's a small world, it's not that big of a deal.
We appreciate you taking time out.
For sure. Well, hey, I had a great time, you guys. Appreciate it. And just keep in touch if you need anything else or, whatever. Just want to say what's up.
Hey,
well, like I said, I'm going to send you some songs. I definitely going to have to get you on a song with Sexy Psycho. We got like 10 projects. 10 projects she's working. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be dope. Yeah.
Bring you out to Dallas. Have you come out here, do some videos.
That would be super fun. Cool. Yeah, let's do it. Let's make it happen. I got my film schedule is bonkers until May, but I'll have a lot more time this summer to work on all kinds of projects and stuff. So let's set something up and make it happen.
All right, awesome.
Oh, man.
Well,
cool.
Small Hands, we thank you for tuning in, joining us, hanging out.
Delvan Othello in the building.
We love you.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
I'm the plug. Yeah.